Hello everyone, welcome to Screen Scream. I'm Viola. In today's episode, I'm going to talk about two Asian movies at the newly released section, and at Top 007, I'm going to talk about movies that people were looking forward to, but were disappointed afterwards. I actually wanted to watch one of them very much. Without further ado, let's listen to the introduction of the first Asian movie we're going to talk about today. Like and share. Lisa and Sarah not only sit together in high school and do projects together, but also have their problems. Lisa's mother, Linda, demands a lot because she fears failure in her new household. Lisa became uncomfortable at home. Sarah is a rich kid who lost her parents due to an accident. She lives with her older brother. As a result, they seek answers in their way. Like most teenagers, the duo goes through puberty, which sparks curiosity about sexuality. Lisa, who is curious about sex, watches adult movies. She becomes addicted to the point that she becomes obsessed with Fida, one of the women in the viral video. Lisa's curiosity about sexuality is not always understood. Meanwhile, Sarah meets Devon, who has a decade of the age difference. She thinks she has found someone to rely on. The boyfriend takes advantage of her innocence. Sarah is raped and becomes a victim of revenge porn. She does not receive social protection or even the law as a victim. She is alone. The first new movie we're going to talk about today is an Indonesian movie. It's called Like and Share. It's something we always say when we produce an online content. For example, my podcast or my blog article, whenever I finish it, I would tell people, oh, if you like it, please like and share. That's how the internet works. However, in this time of the era, when influencers are very powerful, young students, or just say young people in general, are willing to do whatever to become one of the influencers. But how they do it might be the problem. Like and Share won the Best Work at the 2023 Osaka Asian Film Festival, and it also won Best Editing, Best Sound Effects, and Best Art Design at the 2023 Indonesian Film Festival. As we heard in the introduction, Lisa is attracted by the adult movies online, and Sarah falls in love with someone who's much older than her. And these different incidents happen in their lives, make them not close as they were before. You know, in the past years, Me Too was pretty popular. Well, I don't want to say popular because it's not a good thing. Not that I'm saying this movement is not good. I mean, the fact that it actually happened was never supposed to happen. And I would say Like and Share is very timely, and it became a hot topic when it was released at the Taipei Film Festival in Taiwan. It was voted as the second favorite of the audience the first day, and it stayed on the chart for a whole week. Basically, movies like and Share tell us how teenage girls interact with the internet and sexuality, and it's a dark path. They start from loving to watch these videos to become one of the victims of these videos. They've never imagined that one day they would become one of the characters, can we say that, in the videos. I would say Like and Share is probably a pretty sad story, but if you're interested in this kind of issue or you just want to try Indonesian movie, I recommend you to watch Like and Share. And now let's move on to the second new movie we're going to talk about today. It's also from Asia. Mom, is that you? The plot is unknown at this time.
母は恋をしていた。やめてくれよお前もう。
Wait, what was that? Actually, I just read out what's written on IMDb, but I'm going to talk about it, so don't worry. The second new movie we're going to talk about is a Japanese movie. I said, Mom, is that you? But the title of the movie can also be Konnichiwa Kasan. That's Japanese, meaning good afternoon, Mom. What's so special about this movie is that the director is already older than 90 years old. And the story is adapted from a famous drama, Japanese traditional drama. It talks about family love. And this movie will conclude the director's Mother trilogy, especially because the director actually put his own experiences in this one. The movie's telling us that our home is always our harbor, forever. And you can say that it's a touching work made for people who work outside their home, outside their hometown, their country. Basically, the movie tells a story that the son and the granddaughter, they don't have a good relationship, but they go back to their hometown at the same time. And this summer, there will be 3 generations together under this roof. They have to get to know each other once again and find the courage to face tomorrow. I'm not sure if this means their mother, the mother in this family, passes away or something, but I kind of sense this plot. The cast is amazing. It tells us the story between generations with disappointment and hope. And I mentioned that the director is over 90 years old, and actually, this is the director's 90th work, so it's no doubt a very remarkable one. If you like Japanese movie, or you like this kind of family story, or you're one of those people who works outside of your hometown, outside your country, maybe you will enjoy this story. And maybe you should bring tissue with you. I'm pretty sure it's going to be very touching and tear driven. Before we move on to Top 007 and talk about movies that people looked forward to but they disappoint eventually, let's review what we had from last week first. Top 3, Wish. Top 2, Wonka. And Top 1, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I have a feeling that we already heard what are the movies we're going to talk about. But still, let's listen to Top 7 to Top 4. Top 5, Anyone But You.
How's it going, stranger?
What's going on over there? They dated, she crushed his heart. That means
Wish.
more than
I decide what everyone deserves.
So I look up at the stars.
Top 4, Migration.
We're not gonna make it, are we?
Uncle Dan!
The Goldfinger.
男人有時會變壞，女人變壞會有錢嘅嗬。
我想佢值幾多係值幾多，我要印幾多係印幾多。
Looks like there aren't many new faces on the charts this week, but since our topic is about movies that people looked forward to but ended up being disappointed, I'm going to talk about Wish. I looked forward to it myself pretty much before it was released in the US because the protagonist, well, one of the protagonists, actually he's the antagonist, the king, was dubbed by one of my favorite actors, Chris Pine. However, it's not only not critically acclaimed, it's criticized a lot. And why is it? Well, we may touch that, but still, I want to talk about the antagonist. This is the very first time that Disney spent so much time in a movie to discuss an antagonist's origin and how that antagonist grew up. And even Chris Pine is a very clever choice. He's able to dig into the core emotion of this character. He's an actor that can sing and he's pretty smart. He went to UC Berkeley for English degree and then he studied drama and acting later after graduation. So he's pretty talented and you can see that he acted in a lot of movies that are related to literature. As for the theme song of his character, this is the things I get. You can see that the king really aspires to get people's worship and accomplishments. Although many people think the king is a very flat character, I think it's still worth applauding that this is the antagonist that received the most screen time in Disney's history. But I guess I will still wait until it's on Disney Plus. Now, let's move on to top 3 to top 1 and see which movie is disappointing. Top 3, Princess
明日か
Mononoke.
彦やそなたには自分の定めを見据える覚悟があるから
はい。
西の国で何かが
Top 2, Wonka.
I'm making chocolate, of course. How do you like it? Dark, white, nutty, absolutely insane.
Many people have come here to sell chocolate.
Top 1, Aquaman and the Lost
Oh, yeah.
Kingdom.
I finally got a job. I'm the king of Atlantis.
Alright, it's Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Actually, it's not a bad movie. It's just that the first episode was great, so people expected high of it, and they ended up being disappointed. You know, it's pretty rare that James Wan filmed a sequel. No matter we're talking about the horrors that made him famous, or Fast and Furious that was critically acclaimed, he didn't really film the second one, but he seemed pretty interested in Atlantis, the world that's under the sea, because he thinks that he needs more screen time to discover the seven kingdoms under the sea. So maybe he would even direct the third episode. Or maybe he would be a producer? I don't know. That's how he did it. After all, he didn't say whether he would do it or not. Although the sequel is not that critically acclaimed, the box office is super great around the globe. So it's possible that he will continue directing this series. Besides director James Wan, Jason Momoa also participated in the sequel much more than he did in the first episode. After he filmed the first episode, he and one of his friends wrote a story for almost 50 pages, and it actually became a part of the movie, the actual movie. He said that he put a lot of spirit and courage into this character, and he also has a director dream in his mind. He doesn't only want to be a good actor, he also wants to try behind the scene work. Although Aquaman has been teased in the American comic history, he still wants to present the best for the audience, spending all his effort. Well, I'm not familiar with DC, so I really don't know how Aquaman was teased in the comic history. But I do remember that when the first episode was going to be released, people were not so looking forward to it. But it turned out that it was actually a pretty good movie. I watched it on the cruise. It's pretty amazing, right? I went on a cruise trip with my family, and when I browsed through the program, I saw that they're going to play Aquaman at the hall. And I was like, oh, I think it's going to be interesting to watch Aquaman on the sea, on the ocean, I mean. So that's my experience, my memory with Aquaman. If you like this series, I still recommend you to watch Aquaman 2. Just don't have high expectation. And that's all the time we have for today. Hope you like the show, and remember to tune in same time next week here at Screen Scream. I'm Viola. See you next week.